The BBC reissue their impartiality guidelines. The millionaire Gary Lineker continued to ignore those rules, and we talk about why this will have a massive impact on the culture of media in this country. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Gary Lineker again. You know, why not? It's Sunday, end of the week. Let's talk about the millionaire Gary Lineker. The reason this matters, what I'm about to say, is because whilst the BBC is essentially it's a nationalised company, and but not everybody funds it. You can choose to opt out, but they still come and catch you out. The reason this matters is because Gary Lineker, who's part of the BBC as one of the most well-funded and well-earned presenters, and very out of touch. He's very outspoken. He's very left-wing. The issue is not that he's left-wing, it's that he's outspoken. He's breaking the rules of the BBC's impartiality, the guidelines and everything else. Now, up to a point where even their own senior BBC journalists, that they have about 5 very, very good, sound BBC journalists and presenters and broadcasters and some people behind the scenes. One of them is Neil Henderson. Now, Neil Henderson came out to clash with Gary Lineker on Twitter. Of course, on Twitter. Real life, Twitter, why not? And they had a bit of a problem because Neil said, does not our duty of impartiality apply across the BBC when it comes to your tweets, Gary? Lineker said, only in news and current affairs. Surely you know this. Neil said, the BBC lives or dies by its impartiality. If you're going to bite it, get off it. So Gary said this, and we had to double check. We knew exactly what the rules were, but he tried to find a loophole, saying that, but it's not news or current affairs. I talk about football, but I'll come on Twitter and talk about politics, very biased views, but I can't get away with it. Well, we double checked. Well, we have the Director General, Tim Davie of the BBC, saying, in one of his first acts, actually, Tim Davie, when he was asked specifically about Gary Lineker's tweets, he told the MPs in Parliament that the whole guidelines cover both news and current affairs and beyond news and current affairs. That would mean anybody in breach of these could be removed from Twitter or face disciplinary action. When was the last time you guys did taken any action against people like Gary Lineker? He continues to tweet his nonsensical views, whilst being paid by the BBC TV licensed taxpayers. But why? Why is this happening? Why is this not even been a bit of an issue? Because these tweets that I just showed you between Neil and Gary have all now been deleted. So the BBC clearly could go to Neil, could also go to Gary, say, you guys are publicly fighting, embarrassing the organisation, so delete the tweets. But they can't go to Gary Lineker before to say, you're embarrassing the organisation with your idiotic views, delete your tweets. I don't get it. It makes absolutely no sense. The reason this will have an impact on our media culture is because people are already sick and tired of TV. TV is dead, right? The old format. And the BBC will be pushing for more people to be alienated by not just the format of TV, but the mainstream, the legacy media, the mainstream media types. And so you can technically create a new TV channel, sure, but it's not really going to change much. We are going through the new phase, the new age of new media. Whether they like it or not, it is here to stay. We're not going anywhere. And it's collection of all the independent reporters and journalists and broadcasters and YouTubers and podcasters and everybody else. Put them all together. And most of them, of course, they are free platforms, so you guys won't be really funding any of these channels. But again, some would do their own Patreon or donations, and some, of course, through merchandise, for example. There are different ways. But again, the mainstream media needs to realize that they are becoming the dinosaurs of our culture. We're going to come back in half an hour. We're going to tell you about Pfizer and their latest cover-up idea. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.